Hey guys, welcome back to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I'm Insetic. With me again is Blackout the M&M.
Hey.
Matt Rocks 101.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And Canuck Dude.
Hey.
Alright, so in this video, we're heading to the Shipyard. And yeah, I started trying to give Tony sort of like a workman's attire, and then I got distracted with the helmet, and yeah, it only half worked out. But
Ship and jump.
yeah, so the Shipyard is definitely one of the weaker levels of the game. I had a pretty tough time with this recording. It's both kind of, the level is both sort of at the same time packed with things that will seem to get in your way and that don't really flow, don't really go anywhere, little things you'll trip over or crash over. And then also at the same time, kind of empty in areas with regards to goals, cash, or gaps. You know, especially kind of the barges out by the left at the beginning. There's very little there.
Well, considering I never got to this point, just for the sake of contrarianism, this is my favorite stage.
All right, you're gonna play Devil's Avocado here.
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah. So, yeah, I struggled to get like really good lines and get some of the things. Like this is probably some of the hardest cash pickups if you don't know where to go.
I hate that thing so much.
I can't believe Tony's dead. Whoa!
I told you, he's like a fucking like scarecrow or something.
Every time the skater kid comes up, I never expect him, and I always get I'm like, what is that thing?
Actually, it makes Tony Hawk looks. He's so skinny in this game. Actually, he looks more like Mike TV after he was put to the taffy puller.
I mean, I put clothes on him.
Yeah, but even after you put clothes on him, it's like a skeleton in a flannel shirt.
But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to distract. That fucking skater kid gets me.
Yeah, like, so some of the cache and gaps, if you didn't have, resources on YouTube of people who have gone and recorded all of them and put them in one video, you'd have had to have a big brain to figure out some of them. I'll just say that.
Big
so, like,
brain
once
strats.
again, thank you to, Benedict Gameplays, Bigfoot Gaming, you guys. You're all great.
Dude, I can't believe a Bigfoot learned how to play games. We didn't even think we'd find his ass.
I know. Well, it's the same Bigfoot from Matt Hoffman too, actually.
Yeah, the reason why nobody ever found the Bigfoot is there was that footage where he was walking out of the woods. He found a PS2 and just started playing extreme sports games.
Yeah,
And he never
Now
left
he's
the house
emerged
again.
to show his skills.
Yeah.
And he's never left the house after that. Yeah.
He discovered the real joy in life was pulling sick tricks and getting fucking ripped.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kind of stole my thunder there, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry. That's so bad. I need to come up with
You'll be
my own
hearing from my lawyers soon.
Right. Yeah. That is trademarked. Copyright me.
Yeah.
Whenever.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Copyright me.
You're being sued by me.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when we went on
band
DeviantArt and we saw people who would just write copyright somewhere on their drawing?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so like there are those cranes over to the left of the level start, and yeah, at the very water edge, there's a gap or two, and that cache icon, and you go there for the skate challenge as you just saw. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff where it's like, I can't really climb this, I can't really use this as part of a tricking line, and there's not much reason for me to play around with this.
Yeah.
Which I think
didn't know you could
is,
get up here, huh?
Yeah, really kind of the only level where I really feel that. But yeah, collecting the stuff along the way. And at the end of this, I did have to hunt and kind of find the last one or two challenges. That was another thing where in the previous levels, I could always see where the next thing was, and
That was hanging out in the darndest places. Yeah, those wascally welders.
Yeah,
You never know where they'll
where
show up.
What are they doing up there?
The lunch guy lies down in bed at night and goes over to kiss his wife, and it's a welder, and he's like, "Oh, but you didn't think you'd see me here."
yeah.
Buddy,
Welders
where's my
need food badly. It's like fucking
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
So I'll also mention at the end of the Tony Hawk 3 Let's Play, I mentioned one thing in the final level, downhill for the Gen 5 version, where I had to sort of use like a two-finger style of one on the X button, one on the triangle button, just because there was one instance of needing to do a lot of like jump and grinds together. A lot more often in Tony Hawk 4, you need to do like a lot of quick grinds or quick, jumping over to another grinds like that, where you saw that I would fat finger the, square button or circle button and do a trick and mess up. So a lot more often, maybe once per level, I'm kind of having to intentionally, only have, fingers on the X and triangle to not screw something up. And I don't remember as a kid, like, having to do that. Maybe it's a fat finger thing, or maybe just,
Yeah, you had the thin fingers when you were a kid, like Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
It was like a skeleton when he was a kid.
Those fingers you wish you had when you were a guitar player.
Oh, you see my fingers. I've got those long, thin fingers.
Yeah. So maybe you don't
fingers
need to...
bigger than your head.
When I was a kid, literally everyone I met was like, "Oh, you should play the piano."
That was everyone told me I should take ballet because
there it is.
it didn't scare me that time.
Yeah. That was what Connor looked like when you would hang
then
out
I
at the
see
skate
Tony
park.
Hawk next to him, and I'm just like, is this a fucking optical illusion?
I mean, he's got
he's just that
flames
tiny
on his shirt,
He's just that. He's an adult model scaled down.
right.
He doesn't look anything like a kid.
You were going to mention something.
Who?
Oh, you were getting started on the story, I thought.
Oh, I was gonna say, everyone told me I should take ballet as a kid because they said I had strong ankles. And I was like, what does that mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
What are strong ankles?
Matt, think about it. It's like an Unbreakable where he was like, "Do you ever remember the last time I was sick?" You have to think, when was the last time you sprained an ankle? Never, right?
Never. No, I've never. I have strong ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you never realize until, like, all of a sudden, like, a car runs over your ankle and it's completely unharmed.
Tell just by look. I don't know.
You had those...
That's a power move, like,
ankles, yeah.
Because it makes you feel really self-conscious. It's like a power move. It's just like, oh, you've got really good knees. It's like, why are my knees weird looking? I don't know.
Why are my knees so good?
Backhanded compliment sort of thing.
You guys all have bad knees? Like, what?
The dogs are feeling ornery. Must be that hot.
Fuck this challenge.
Why are there so many dogs here?
It better be that. It must be that hot sun. You have to grind the sun to shut it off.
Yeah.
I can't expect this one. All the levels have like weird like weird excuses to be doing something, but this level has a lot of weird ones.
Yeah, so like there you go again. You gotta jump to the side and I'll fat finger the button. But like, yeah, this challenge. Once I came to accept, like, oh god, that sounds so sad. But like, once I realized that it wasn't gonna work out the way I wanted it to, I got in line. But it really feels like some of these jumps should work better than they are, or these things should be in more of a straight line than they are. Like I missed that second to last bone a bunch of times because it felt like I could just go straight. If I jumped straight, I'd be lined up for the ramp to get the last bone. I'd pick up the second to last one on the way. No, I would miss that.
Well, it's like I was replaying SSX Tricky, and I kept I would often reset when I had gold just because it was a shitty run and it made me upset. Yeah. It's like I know I'm going to get gold without even trying because the game is easy as pie. So I might as well as get a good run at it,
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
That was physics.
This is the easy challenge. This is the easiest challenge. This is hitting R2 4 times and you pass it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you hear that fucking laugh and you expect Feel Good Inc. to start.
I loved this song when I was a kid playing
This song had one of the better soundtracks.
I'm gonna say I loved and I hated a lot of things as a kid in this series.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a cool trick.
Yeah.
Remember when that was a manual?
The McRib.
Yeah. You remember when, the Primo and Casper were grinds?
I do.
Yeah.
You
That was
remember
weird.
how like a bunch of manual tricks are special grinds instead on the PS1 versions, like the Remo slide
Yeah.
for some reason?
I didn't even think about that.
So I thought a Casper's where you were skating and then you died and became a ghost.
Right. Yeah.
It's called the Casper slide because you have to. It's really difficult to do, Like,
you
no
slide
one's really
right to your grave.
Rodney Mullen got close to one, but no one's truly done one because you have to be dead to do it. You have to turn into a ghost and then do the trick.
I thought you were thinking of a slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, hands on your knees, you know?
No, that's
not that one.
That's the cha-cha real smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that song was called the Casper Slide.
You never want to do the crisscross, okay? Who actually liked crisscross?
Yeah.
Crisscross.
I don't know, man.
I actually haven't heard enough crisscross. I can't think of a single crisscross song.
No, a lot of
They
people are
did
starting to say
jump. They did jump around. The other jump around song.
No, a lot of people are saying they're super slept on now. Actually,
You know, there was jump around House of Pain, and there was jump around crisscross.
Yeah.
no, it was just called Jump. Daddy Mac will make
I know,
you jump,
I'm joking.
jump. Yeah.
So for this challenge, you basically have to do a trick involving every, freight container. That can either be spine transferring over one, doing an air trick and landing in it, grinding something in it, lip tricking on it.
Can't you just revert as well?
Yeah.
Like just revert
Yeah, I
on
think
it?
so.
Anything that gets you points while in contact with the object counts.
That's what I thought, because I remember the other Red Rat doing the zero stat run, just reverted on everything.
Or Tyler Lasagna doing the zero stat
I haven't
run.
seen his one. I've only
and
seen
doing
Red
it in
Rat's.
like 3 hours, what has taken Red Red at least like 6 parts and continuing.
I don't know. I will watch it anyway.
I'm sorry. I gotta shout out my boy Tyler.
Yeah.
I've never seen Tyler's
Oh
one.
man, Boston told me to polish the bell. I don't know, man. I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think when the boss called you into the office, locked the door, and said, "All right, you're gonna need to polish the bell, son."
Okay.
He meant something else.
I
Nice.
was thinking it. You were saying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, on this challenge, it can either like be lined up horribly for you or lined up really well. If it's over to the side, it's awful. Just retry until like it's kind of in the middle, because if it's in the middle, you could just jump and get it every time. And then look, like if you just do nothing, it's back in the right place when you come back.
That's super weird.
Yeah, I have such like. There you go.
Actually, I was gonna say, what's worse, polish the bell or slap the boy? Because that's what it also said. See,
slap the boy. That's child abuse.
Oh yeah, and like all of these. A bunch of these people, when you do their challenges, they're like, nice, congratulations. Now you're not looking for a job, are you? Like, stop trying to give me a job at the shipyard.
Actually, you know what? You're kind of doing their jobs most of the time. You just, imagine what the world would be like if it weren't for skateboarders to come in here and deliver everybody's food, huh? Like,
Yeah.
You're just coming over here delivering food to welders and polishing bells on the buoy. You're doing everyone's work for them.
Yeah. I mean, sure, I'll do
Picking
it
up
because I
combo
like,
letters.
skating and doing cool things while skating. But also, like, yeah, I'm totally just doing your job.
Think if you weren't here to pick up these combo letters, they'd be floating here forever. What a mess.
Right. Yeah.
I love the ones where they're like, oh, I misplaced my skate letters, or I misplaced my combo letters. Like, what?
Combo letters blew away again.
I mean, the other ones where, like, you're delivering something. Like, it's goofy, but that's something, I would deliver something in real life. People don't just have skate letters in real life flying around.
Could you, balance my checkbook by doing, a 5 hand plant combo on it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got to balance on it to balance my checkbook.
Do a 5-0 on my bank account to balance my checkbook.
Balance for 30 seconds on my bank account to balance my checkbook for
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out.
I was gonna say, way back in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Let's Play, it's kind of funny. I like to personally think of the skate letters and the combo letters as mass hallucinations, and no one else can see them except the player character. They're just kind of there, and everyone's watching you ramble on about these skate letters, and you're pointing at something in the distance, and there's just nothing there.
Well, not anymore, because everyone here keeps telling you to pick them up for them.
Yeah, they became real and tangible and my friend.
It's like Bob was saying in the PS1 one, Gen 5 one, he was like, sometimes you don't need a reason to go do something, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes, for the delivery missions, that makes sense, but for the skate ones, it's sometimes I feel like I don't really need an explanation to do that, because all their explanations are just weird.
Right. Yeah, I remember a review, was it maybe Ice Bears Forever, who reviewed and pointed that out? It's kind of...
Oh my god, you're standing in the air!
It's kind of just silly,
Yeah, well,
reasoning.
it's funny, If you ever, I just want to let you know for reference, Insetic, if you ever want to make up a YouTuber around me, feel free, because I don't think I know anything you mentioned so
I've
far.
never heard about his face forever.
There's actually a Tim Tam 99 that I watched back in the day. He's a real great guy.
Dang. So yeah, on this challenge, I will save you all the hassle. Put your lip balance at full. Maybe I'm just bad at this, but if my lip balance was even only 9 out of 10, I could not do this. For some reason, lip balance feels like you lose it way too easily, even at full stats. But you just saw, at full stats, I barely held it long enough to get to the other bowl. That's tougher than it should be. Like I mentioned, even at 8 or 9 out of 10, I struggled to even get that done. Whereas I don't need to be perfect in anything else to, do the grinds or manuals enough to get combo or something like that. But,
This water looks disgusting.
Yeah, it's polluted, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lip balance
Water
has always
bad,
been like... The lip balance stat has always just been like a guard. What's that term in like tabletop role-playing games where like the thing that you put your remaining stats into after you've put all your important stats into everything else? That's what lip balance has always felt like to me.
Dump stat.
Dump stat, yeah. You put like all your important stuff into like air and manual balance and flip speed, and then like your remaining stuff.
Yeah, see, I used to do that when I played tabletop games too, and they were like, that's not really going to help you when battling monsters. Having
See, this is
Having
the
high lip
one
stats?
that taught me how to do doubles. I didn't know how to do doubles until this.
Yeah, like for this game, they certainly worked to make lip tricks a part of it. I mean, I could think of several challenges about lip tricking. That one, the one in Kona where you have to lip trick long enough to get the birds to scatter, but it's just, again, compared to kind of how long you can hold your balance while grinding or manually, and if you're decent at doing that, lip tricking always feels like, God, I lost my balance already, kind of thing. You just cannot hold it for like long enough to reliably do even that challenge,
Yeah. And there's like no real way like to make it feel like not shoehorned in, because if there was no challenges involving lip tricks in this game, you could go the entire game without doing them. They're just kind of useless.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I don't remember who it was, but someone watched my Tony Hawk 1 video and was like, "Oh, I didn't know hand planting was in this game."
Yeah, like in
Tony
Tony Hawk's Pro
Hawk
Skater 2, there's exactly 4 times you can 100% that game doing exactly 4 lip tricks, and that's in the lip trick goal in Philadelphia.
Right.
Like that's it. You don't need to do lip tricks in any that's my strategy. I always play with Rodney Mullen, and then because he has a 2 in lip tricks, so I can have full stats in everything except lip tricks by the time I get to Philadelphia. And then by the time I do everything else, it's like, okay, now I put everything in lip stats. Just have full stats.
Yeah. So this was kind of what I mentioned where, this hadn't happened in any of the previous levels, but I sort of forgot where some of the goals were. Even, with playing these levels, this one is just sprawling enough and complex enough, and also has enough, kind of hidden little nooks and crannies that, you can't really go on a, just ride around, do your own thing and go like, oh yeah, that goal's over there or something. Like, you saw that guy was pretty much hidden behind like a wall in the tiny little area you could stand.
Yeah. The longer I look at Tony, the worse it gets. Why did you decide on this helmet?
He wants to be a
that helmet is killing me. It looks so out of place.
He's living out his dreams, Matt.
I know.
He's living out his dreams as being a lumberjack.
Here's my thought process. I got the red flannel shirt. I got the work boots.
That guy
I
was
turned the
red
wheels
flannel.
on the skateboard red. And then I was like, all right, let me finish matching this outfit. I looked at the helmets. I was like, I want a helmet, but there's nothing here that really lines up. Oh, hey, this looks cool. Let me put that on.
You know what? Now that I look at it, I get the feeling like he's like some sort of skating hobo.
Yeah.
He was a veteran of World War I, and he's still skateboarding. He kept the German helmet for memorabilia.
Yeah.
He's homeless in the streets.
Yeah, that or he just went to like a World War I memorial and raided the gift shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I read a book. I do not remember what book it was, but it was some kid's book that was in the book. It has a World War I veteran in it, and the book like came out in like 1990. And I'm like, were there any like World War I veterans in 1990 that were still hanging out and doing good? Like World War II, that makes sense, but World War I seems like a really long time ago.
He just planted that spiked helmet directly into the ground.
Yeah.
That ground didn't even know what hit.
Make like an old cartoon and just stick head up going, boing, or I guess head down.
He actually ended the run because he actually got stuck in the ground because he speared it.
Yeah. They had to stop the run, dig me out of the ground, and get me back up to start the next one.
Yeah, pull him out of the crater.
I thought this was a cool setup here, even though it seems like it's more clunky to play. It just looks cool. I
was just struggling right there, but yeah, this is pretty cool, yeah.
These foremen built you guys a nice ramp to skateboarding. You're gonna appreciate it.
Why did they?
Oh man, did you notice that Tony's been doing all this in a pair of Timbs? Respect.
Oh my god, he is! He's wearing the sick pair of Timbs!
Yeah, and that's Kareem Campbell's pants as well, I guess. Just
I didn't know the Timbs were in this game!
I mean, again, they're the work boots. I was trying to make like
I couldn't imagine skating in a pair of Timbs. That would be awful.
Dude.
Very carefully.
Oh my god, that Tony rocking the Timbs. No word to lie. He do be looking fine, though.
Yeah, he do be fresh.
Yeah. Damn.
Does he have the Nike cap, or not Nike cap, the NYC cap, no Yankee cap. Yankee cap, no brim. Do they have that in this game as well?
They have caps.
With no brim?
The Yankee cap, no brim, and the Yankee brim, no cap.
Like,
I mean, the Yankees are like a corporation that are sponsored.
Yeah.
Why sponsor?
Yeah.
Copyright.
I love the Mets.
That's the word.
I love the Mets.
Let's go, baby. Love the Mets.
Yeah. All right, so... all right, we have one more challenge left. I was looking for that. And I do want to kind of talk about this challenge. So this one is going to be do a manual combo on the train.
This one.
Yeah, and no one really knows what to do for this one. Sometimes it'll count, most times it won't. But I think I maybe, if not figured it out, at least got something that I know works. So I'm gonna like show off once that like, you know, I'll do a combo and any person would look at it and go like, yeah, I think you did what the objective wanted. But it's not gonna count. You know, like I manualed all of them, and that was it. Or like here, where, yeah,
I don't think
I was
just not
gonna say
counted.
the first thing I was gonna say is that like it wasn't counting it as a manual, and then you did it where it counted every single one as a manual, and it didn't count. And it's like, well, what now?
You have to do the. You have to go down the entrance ramps or something.
So what I think you need to do, and what I will do the second time, is I will ramp off the front of this and do a trick and then start manualing. Instead of just jumping up to the top, I'll ramp off the front. I will use that as part of my line, and that will count.
And the front,
I think
the front's
you
like an
might
extra
have to do that.
Huh.
Yeah.
I noticed that it kind of like magnetized you a little bit for each like cart. Like it very slightly.
Yeah, sometimes it's the like your character's momentum that your character wants to have, and the cart's momentum could be really weird. But now we're gonna go around getting the cash, and there's a bunch of cash hidden in these trash cans. Yeah.
I remember when I threw out $100.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
If you're looking around up in the air, like I swear I've gotten all the cash, but I still only have like 20 out of 25. It's probably these 5 in the garbage bins. Yeah.
I did not know that. I'll be darned.
No, like, I already gave a big thanks in this video, but another big thanks to the people who found all the cash, recorded it all, compiled it, put it together into like a 3-minute YouTube video.
Yeah, but you know, like, the whole manual thing, I never would have gotten stuck there because I have those extreme sports instincts of anytime you do any jump, you always do a trick.
But again, I would jump up from the ground onto the first part of that train, and that would not count.
It's not doing a trick, it's hitting the ramp that seems to count it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you have to hit the ramp. If you jump up without hitting the ramp, it doesn't seem to count it. I'm guessing because it's counting the ramp as the beginning of the object.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had to guess.
Right.
Which I would not have known as a kid, obviously.
I feel like it would have happened eventually if you tried it enough. You would jump off the rampart.
Well, I mean, whenever you're like me and you're just trying to unlock the next levels, you can see what it is. You don't really play those missions. You don't have to over and over again.
Yeah, you find the ones that work.
I'm a completionist. I finish every map in anything before I move on.
Well, I am now, but not when I was like 12.
So here's some more cache that maybe you didn't know about. There's some cache in these vents, and you have to get to them by, grinding the green container, and, it kind of kicks you up on the end.
I did not know that.
And this is going to lead to, like, a long kind of line that will get you, like, 4 cache. Now, the only thing is that it's kind of hard to get on this right side, but if you can... Yeah, so this is how you get that cache. If you continue out, this is how you get that one. And now you're up on top of this kind of crane. And, this is... Yeah, you're supposed to just jump over to it. I got some accidental extra air. But, like, again, aside from the cache, there's nothing to do over here. Nothing on this barge. Nothing over, on the crane except for that one gap I did way earlier.
That seems like one of those things I would have never have noticed as a child.
Yeah, no, there's so much hidden stuff.
Who didn't care about collecting the cash in this game as a kid? I've never done that line before. I didn't know that was a thing.
Same. Like I never knew you could 100%
This is the first video game I ever played. I have like hundreds of hours in this game. Never done that line.
Yeah, that's because this game is designed for men, for women, for adults. Children played and they didn't deserve it.
For people who are normal age. That's what it says.
People who are normal age.
This is for people who are normal age.
That's the ESRB rating on the box, and for normal.
Yeah, B for boomer.
Oh no. I'm too young to be a boomer. Don't do this to me, man.
Yeah, well, boomer has evolved to just mean anyone who's not a teenager.
Yeah. Boomer is a state of mind.
It is.
So, all right, we made it through the shipyard eventually. But it's time to, move on now to the more enjoyable levels. I mean, it's still Tony Hawk 4. It's not horrible, but it's just a few too many things where it's like, how do I do that? Or like, why is this in my way? It's like how, 20 years ago, doors in video games were just a box. And now they always have like shit in the way at their very edges because people try to make them all fancy and stuff. It's like I'm playing my FPSs, I'm trying to back up, I get stuck on a tiny little thing on the door and I die. And I'm like, oh my God.
Stuck.
You're like, door's stuck! Door's stuck! Please! I beg you!
All right. So next time we'll be heading to London.
Will you meet me at the London?